All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Godwin. Thank you, Mr. Makoye, Waku, Victor, Sheikh, John, and every wonderful leader, Mr. Nico, Sipongoze, every wonderful leader on the call this evening. I want to appreciate you very immensely for creating your time, joining us on the call this hour. Yes, I have nothing but to say thank you greatly. You are wonderful people. You are awesome people. Please always remind me, should the case uh, there is any shift, if my all right, always remind me if there is any, if my screen is not displaying well, so I can do some things about it. All right. Okay. Yes, somebody asked one question today, which I want to answer. How and where do they generate this money that they use paying these pools in the ranking commission? You know, when you talk of the ranking system, the rank structure, you see that we have daily, weekly pool, we have daily pool, we have weekly pool, we have quarterly pool, all right? We have quarterly one. So the question is, how and where do they get the money that they use or they are using to make all this payment? Yes, and immediately I sent that question to them. So though it took some minutes before they could reply because the question was so extensively constructed in the sense that the person who asked that question actually want to know if it is investor deposit they are taking from directly, then used to pay these pools, because under that pool, it was indicated that as a percentage of deposit. So until a answer came that the reward pool is funded. Please, Mr. David, you help me to be muting any new person that John maybe have forgotten to mute himself. Sorry, sir. The reward pool is funded from the defined portions of platform, other activity, not from an undefined source. In a simple term, SMART set aside a fixed percentage from eligible contract volume and place that into the corresponding reward pool. For example, under the updated structure, the daily community pool is funded by 3% of total eligible order. Remember, daily community pool is funded by 3% of total eligible order volume from selected contract types. 2, the quarterly community pool is funded by 1% of the eligible order volume depending on the contract category. 3, the weekly reward is then distributed based on qualified team performance under the ranking structure. So the logic is user activities and contract volume and defined pool allocation and system-based distribution. The order is 1, user activity, contract volume, defined pool allocation, and system-based distribution. This means the reward pool is built into the system or platform compensation structure, not added randomly after. The reason SMART designed it this way is to make the system more structured, more transparent, and more sustainable. As platform activity grows, the pool grows. As contributions and qualified performance increases, distribution becomes more precise. The key point is that reward pools are funded through a predefined allocation model tied to real ecosystem volume, which is exactly why the new ranking system is more performance driven and easier to sustain over the long period of time. This grammar, I think many of us might be confused. In other words, instead of giving out those resources, now, SMART never take investor deposit and use it to pay for the pool. All right. instead of giving out those resources to people who are not performing and are sitting there to take everything for granted, Smart allocate those resources to the people who are performing. So wherever people are complaining all the time, definitely such persons, they are not movers. So with this ranking structure, we'll know who is a mover-based person or who is not a mover that will deserve the benefits. So now, in summary, the money that are always been allocated to pay sometimes some people may not really be a mover according to them. That some person will just come, make a deposit and unlock 6 levels. Maybe he got 1 or 2 people who are working, then he sit down there and running 3 or 4 other projects. So they saw that loophole. So well, let us make it to be rewarding, and that is reward goes straight to people who are committedly 24/7 hardworking. So, and that is why this one came. So, if you are seeing my screen, I'm going to tell about SMART. We all know what SMART is all about. I've showed you that it is an infrastructure ecosystem that runs 24/7 across Ethereum, Solana, Binance Smart Chain network that execute real-time auction online or blockchain or on-chain arbitrage and sandwich trade automatically. Yes, we also see that in SMART, profits are distributed as we have seen above. Yes, you can zoom out to see very well. If your phone is not seeing it very well, you can zoom. So you can see that's the importance of Zoom, the advantages of Zoom over a Google Meet. You can zoom every corner and see every retop right up here. Now, here, 54% of the profit pool are used to pay on ROIs, return on the investment, as it comes per day. This can never be altered. This can never be affected. This can never be changed. Get me on this. Now, the 46% reward pool, every quarter, be expecting an update or a kind of an adjustment to it, because each quarter they monitor the behavior of the community, the behavior of the people, the behavior of the top leaders who are the highest earners, and behavior of those who are struggling to get there. Then they will make an adjustment to it depending on what they felt needed at that time. So earlier, please help me to mute them, Earlier, when they started, it was just $2,000 unlock level 1 to level 20. All right. Musa, please mute yourself to level 1 to level 20. Okay, I'm muting you right away from here. Don't worry. I'm here. I'll do 2 things myself here. All right. When it started, you will just need only $2,000 to unlock level 1 to level 20. And there, even if it's one person that is working, you can make the money. They run that one till about June or so, towards July. So they decided, okay, this team seems not to be too accurate, almost the whole year of last year. Towards the something, they increased it to 300 to unlock level 1, 300 to unlock level 2, another 300. So coming to this time around, discovered that many were not really making even this money. So, and now they now did another one that looked more easier, cheaper, and highly rewarding. Right, let's look at it. Yes, consistent result. So far, they have over 240,000 active participants in this project already, and over 50 countries. Today was the first day we see the lowest performance of the sandwich boat since I joined the project. 0.2, the lowest. So I think we don't pray to see that again. So, and the maximum we've seen was 1.92% on sandwich boat. But the atomic arbitrage boat was excellent performance, and the new one.
मैंने अभी एक और लिंक ज्वाइन किया है, तो उससे तो जो है मेरा ओपन हो गया Zoom.
All right. I meet you right away. All right, I meet you right away. All right. Yes, we have prediction market, which was launched yesterday. Some of you may not really understand what it is, but I want to let you know that prediction market was launched yesterday, which was April 1st. SMART is officially introduced that prediction market. Now, the prediction market it's a new layer of opportunity into the ecosystem. We have the first layer was sandwich MEV boat. The second layer is atomic arbitrage boat. The third layer right now is the prediction market. Give you live, it gives you live access to prediction market opportunities. It gives you full automated analysis and execution, participation through structured contracts, real-time interaction with the platform. So estimated performance result where you can get on prediction market is 18% to 36% per month. All right. We saw yesterday the prediction market gave us 1.25%, and today I think some reasonable percent. I've not really checked. All right. So it means you can get something here. Yes. How the smart prediction market bot works. It followed the market sentiment. It worked on inefficiencies on some of the markets. It based on the behavioral patterns of the statistics. Based on this, the system makes a structured prediction decision and execute accordingly. So you don't need to do anything manually. You don't need to monitor the market. You don't need to perform any trading action by yourself. All you need to do is to sit, focus on the system, look at what the system will do. Everything is done for you. One, if make prediction first, smart bot get into action. Market analysis will be done by the bot. Check the price, check the number of liquidity, and look at the behavior of that tokens. Then it make execution layer. You buy first layer, second, it can buy up to 10 layers. So as the first one is entering profit, is closing it. Second one is entering profit, is closing it. Third one is entering profit, is closing it. Until it closes at 5 p.m. based on the prediction of the token. You can predict that Ethereum will, Bitcoin will rise from $68,000 before 5 p.m. of the following day, like to get to $70,000. So it will now make a purchase of layer buyers, layer buying, first, second, third, and many layers. So as it's moving small, it's closing. It's moving small, it's closing until it will gather the whole profit. So the way the way it's designed for no loss, no loss. So it just started and we are following it. Let's see which one is better. You can try it with some little amount of money, and you might decide not to. Now, minimum to do this market prediction is $100, and it has profit sharing 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days contract. On 30 days contract, your profit 40% for you. 60% comes to you, 40% to the developer. 60 days, 80% comes to you, 20% to the developer, and 90 days, 90% profit comes to you, 10% to the developer. This one has no option for compounding, and all the settings cannot be altered. It's a default setting. But at the end of the contract, you can reinvest the money. Multiple contract is allowed here. You can buy, you can invest on 60 and over. Tomorrow again, you do another 60 days contract. You can do 90 days, you can do 90 days almost every day. It is allowed on this one. All right. We are talking about smart engine, which I have said it earlier. A smart sandwich bot with atomic arbitrage bot. Sandwich bot captures value from transaction and liquidity movement, while atomic arbitrage bot capture a risk-free price differences across decentralized exchanges. But for smart MEV bot, which is called sandwich bot, you use what is called back-running execution, and then prioritizing transaction ordering. So one of the strengths is that whether in a volatile market, everything is protected, the execution cannot go at loss. So why that of atomic arbitrage is always zero market risk. All right, on the atomic arbitrage, first day has been removed. No 1 day trial anymore. It's 7 days, 30 days, 100 and 180 days. You can start with a minimum of, all right, you have minimum of $20 you can do for 7 days, and maximum of $30. So if you have $50, you can't do 7 days again. You have to add money to it to do 30 days. And the profit sharing is 65% to you, 35% if you are doing that 30 days. 100 days is and 90 and 180 days are 80% and 90% comes to you while 20% and 10% goes to them. If you are doing 100 days or 180 days, there's no maximum. Minimum for all this is $100. Here you can compound. Here you can instantly withdraw everything when you have minimum of 100 of 10, and early termination is not allowed for 7 days and 30 days contract. All right, if you are doing 7 days and 30 days contract, early termination is allowed, but terms and conditions apply. Multiple contract is allowed, excluding 7 days contracts. Honestly, before, multiple contract was not allowed before, but we can see that multiple contract is allowed now on this new TDF. All right, if you do with $500 and all things being equal, if the boat is able to give us 1% daily, you are eligible to get $1,352 in 3 months or $2,997 in 6 months. So far, the boat has not been performing consistently 1%. So the result might be less than what you are seeing on the table. But if by any reason the boat perform effectively, maybe you are using atomic average boat, you might be able to arrive even more than this. All right, look at the atomic average boat. Yes, the contract duration will now have 60 days and 120 days. Unlike before, it's only 120, but now we have 60 days contract and 120 days contract. Minimum deposit is 100, no maximum. When you are doing 60 days contract, you can auto reinvest. Auto reinvestment into capital will be 45%, while what comes to you to withdraw is 55%. But if you are doing 1 day, 120 days contract with whatever you have, 50% of whatever profit generated for that day go into auto reinvestment contract, which is liquidity, while 50% comes to you in available available balance. So if the boat perform at least 1.4% consistently every month, which is very possible, you can always go with up to 40% monthly. Daily auto reverse at 50% utilization smartphone. All right. Now look at the same scenario. If the boat is trading at 1.4% on the atomic arbitrage boat, and you invest $1,000 for 4 months, which is 120 days, at the end of the 4 months, you get $1,307 of what you have withdrawn and $2,307 of what will be in your balance for reinvestment. So 1,307 plus 2,307 is what? Is 3,600 and something. Okay. Yes, 50% of daily profit is withdrawn every day, while the other 50% is invested in the platform back into your principal up to 120 days. Therefore, throughout the 120 days period, 100% of profit belongs to the investor. All right. Here we are talking about smart ranking structure. Pay attention now. This is where I want you to gather a good knowledge. Many people are still confused, but I know you are not going to be confused after now. Now, here, this is a new thing we are facing now. First and foremost, if you join this business from the very day this time this thing started, or you joined a few months ago, and you are a networker, or you are a leader, or you are a promoter, or you are the one who are using your money to invest under yourself, every other point you gathered is not wiped out. If you check your back office right now, you'll see the point there, and the total amount you have withdrawn since you joined is showing there. Now, those points now, because they want to actually get the right people to work with the leaders, leaders to work with the followers, followers to work with their members. They design this way. One, first and foremost, unlike before, V1 here means level 1 or stage 1 or class 1. And we're going to use the word class so that it can be easy for layman. For you to enter class 1, the first thing here is that every members before now has been reset to class 0. Now they want everybody to come to class 1, class 2 down to class 8. Class 1 represents V1. You will need to refer someone or use your money to put under yourself as a direct referral of $300. And in your team, total team volume, starting from yesterday to today, should be $1,000. You have automatically unlocked 5 community levels. It means you have entered class 1. Many of us are yet to enter class 1 because we have not really understood how to enter class 1. How do you enter class 1 called V1 from today is that call somebody on phone and ask the person to register, or if he has registered before, ask him to do a new deposit of $300. And then if you have other people in your team, let them do some purchases of packages up to $1,000. Your community level of your old volume will unlock up to 5 levels. Remember, before we unlock 5 levels before was 300 level 1, 300 level 2, 300 level 3, 300 level 4, 300 level 5. Each person. That will what we unlock. Or you do a bulk investment deposit. But this one is no, just only one person with 300. You have unlocked 5 community level, which means that every members and leaders who are struggling leaders, struggling members, and begging, please help me to unlock my level. Please help me to unlock my level. It's no longer needed. All you need to do is just get total direct referral volume of 300, and those level 1 to 5 will be unlocked for you. You are now in class 1. Now, when you are in class 1 called V1, if you want to move to class 2 called V2, what do you supposed to do? Look at it and listen very carefully. Now, you are a leader and you have over 15 direct referrals, or you have over 58 direct referrals, or you have over 10 direct referrals. Encourage these direct referrals to do a top-up on their accounts, or get a new referral entirely that will cumulatively make your direct referral volume up to $1,000. And your entire teams, the sales, the registration, buying contracts here and there, should be $3,000. And also help 2 people, only 2 people among all the people you have in your structure that are your direct referrals, to be V1. In other words, to be V1 qualified. In other words, to enter that class 1 that you were. Help just 2 among all your direct referrals. By the time you have done that successfully, you have Mr. Emeka, you help him to get to class 1, you help Mr. John to come to class 1, your 10 community levels will fully be unlocked. Meaning that additional 5 community levels will be added to the initial 5 community level. Which means that if your entire community sales is not more than 10 level, you have fully unlocked all your earnings as you were earning before yesterday and today. And then you will be earning the money correctly and accurately as it was. Remember, it will even be added because everybody will want to unlock their own level. New sales will be coming, new deposits will be coming. It will be added to your total cumulative that you are seeing at your back office now. And your earnings will also go high because most of them will go on prediction market. Most of them want to go on atomic arbitrage because there the return is high. Then it can make your commission to be high. Now, class 3, in other words, V3, how do I get this? Let your total direct referral volume be up to $1,500, which means you have 50 persons. This one is doing, that one is doing $100, another one is doing $100, another one $50, another one $200, another one. If all cumulative together is equal to $1,500, yes, you are one step away to that class 3. 2, check your total team volume of the current one, not talking of old one, of the one between yesterday and today. If it's equal to $6,000, fine. You have also crest, you have entered the class 3 gradually. Now, where the key work is that require referrals. Get 2 among all your referrals again. Focus on 2 more among them to be V2 qualified. Then you unlock 15 community levels. To be V2 qualified, meaning that help 2 of your direct referrals to enter class 2 and sit with their paper to write. Then automatically you yourself have crossover and you are now class 3 member by unlocking community level 3, 15 communities, 15 community levels. Now, to unlock all the 20 community levels, what are you supposed to do? It's the same thing. If you have all your people, tell them to do all your direct referral volume See how you can help to be up to $2,000 and let your total group team sales, which is very easy, be up to $12,000 and help at least 2 persons that are all your direct referrals. Talk to those who know they can do it to push themselves up to be class 3, 2 people to be class 3, class 2 qualified. You automatically become a class 4 member and your 20 community levels will be unlocked. Now, to become class 5 is the same thing, but in class 5 own, you have to help 2 people to become member of class 4, just like you have been doing before. But you have weekly incentive, weekly of $2,000. For example, this week, the point is $25,000, and you have quickly come there, but you discover that within this 20%, 2% of 25,000, maybe you have even more than 25,000, they will do 2% of $25,000 and pay you. And the 20, you have access to meet head of marketing for getting to V5, which is class 5. In class 6, you also have 4% of what? Of the team volume for that particular week. In class 7, you have 6% of the team volume for that particular week. In class 8, you have 8% of the total team volume for that particular. And what is the required team volume? Not less than $50,000, not less than $150,000 sales, and not less than $500,000 group sales. You have 8%. Now, if in your team, before the week runs out, there are about 30 people who have entered that V7, or there are more than 30 people who have entered the V7, the 6% of $150,000 will be shared among the 30 people who enter that thing within the week. Likewise, if you have somebody who among you have gone to V8 and 30 people is a V7, the minus the difference between V8 and V7, the difference will be paid to the person who quickly got there before you. In other words, you will get to know it better when you get to that rank. But you still have quarterly reward of 1%. Quarterly. How many quarters do you have? Just only one. That means because after this 1 quarter, there's going to be an adjustment to this thing I'm explaining again. So 1 quarter, which is at the end of this quarter, 1% will be given to every leader in class 7 and 8. 1% will be given to them. All right. That is all what I've explained, is what they design here. So there will be no need for me to be explaining this again. I've just explained it with oral words. So if I go here now, it will confuse you more. So just abide by the little I have done and follow it small. As you're unlocking the levels, you'll get to understand more, because it's like Bible. You cannot read it to understand everything. Follow it small. You can't know all the compliance to the end. But though some of us know even the end, and we ask even some questions that are even difficult for them to give us a clarification, because we also can design a compliance like this. We know how to do it, but we may not have the brain to produce the result that can pay people. All right. Yes, you have seen it now, which I've explained. I don't want to waste your time on this. Like in V8, I've told you about V8 already. If you get there, have the money, the first person that will go there will be the one to enjoy. If the billionaire is the first person who will become V5 in his team, before anybody get there to be V5, he will be making every commissions 100% to himself. But the moment 1, 2, 3, 4 persons join him, that money he's making will be shared between him and the people that later join him equally. So that is what it means here. So don't need to bother yourself for asking me to be explaining again. All right. The same thing here. Quarterly is the same, which is 1%. Don't forget, quarter, only 1 quarter we have. So the allocation, 50% allocated to the V7 pool, 50% allocated to the V8, so quarterly. So by the end of this quarter, which will be April, May, June, by June, 1% will be given to them. So the 1% is what you have. You are seeing the drawing and the explanation here. 1% of the total contract amount will go into the pool for sandwich and all of that and all of that. So that is what I've explained. So the reward calculation, like I've explained, is what you are seeing here. Daily direct sales volume, yes. Eligibility, if you have 1,000, yes, the eligibility of the daily is that if you have one person, someone that bring 1,000 group sales, direct sales, you are qualified. Don't forget, if your direct sales volume is equal to $20,000 and you have gotten one person that registered with $1,000, you automatically enter the pool. If you have gotten one person, your group sale for a week, direct sales volume is equal to 20, equal to 10,000, equal to 70,000. And within that day, you have someone that registered with your leg of $1,000. Remember, the direct volume must also, the direct sales volume should be up to this volume. And if you get one person that put above $1,000, you will share the pool money for that day. So maybe I will share my screen how the pool are being shared at the back office. If you look into your back office now, you see the pool sharing today. It's already there, $13,000 left and right. You've seen how the pool is going to be distributed for today. So now, if you are doing any of this sandwich boat, it's 50 USDT. So $10 goes to them, buy the contract, the boats, while Atomic Arbitrage Boat is the same $100 to subscribe. So $40 come to you, while the rest goes to the developer of the project. $40 come to you, $10 go to the developer of the project on sandwich boat. While on atomic boat, Atomic Arbitrage Boat is what I've explained. All right. This is, I've explained already all these ones. So thank you very much. We have come to the end of the presentation. I do not want this thing to take long. So if you have any question to ask, now you are free. Thank you. God bless you. Over to you. You can ask your question. All right.